This video will go over how to load historical laboratory data into FUDSChem. Historical data is typically entered outside of the traditional loading timeframe, often after the event is completed. This may be after data is finalized and validated. In some cases, entering the data into FUDSChem was not required at the time of data collection, but the USACE has since determined that the data should be included in the database. To ensure that recently performed chemistry analysis meets project quality objectives, chemistry data must be at least 6 months old, with the exception of recently acquired data finalized and validated independent of FUDSChem, to be considered eligible to load as historical data. Typically, only laboratories are given access to the load chemistry data. However, for historical chemistry data, contractors or USACE users are given access to submit said data directly, circumventing lab data entry and the validation process. To do this, we'll go to Tools, Data Submission. Choose the project. Choose the event. For the data type, select Laboratory SED 5.2. Click Upload File. The Process with ADR option is selected by default. We'll select Historical Data instead. This will ensure that the data will not cycle through automated data review, and the qualifiers within the uploaded file will not be overwritten. Once the file is uploaded, click Screen. When you screen a file, the system runs a series of valid value, logical, and submission checks. The checks the system runs on historical data are different from those the system runs on current data. These checks will ensure that the data can be parsed into the tables correctly. If there are errors, you can click on the number of errors to review an error report. For more information on troubleshooting errors, please refer to our Laboratory SED troubleshooting tutorial video, linked in the description. You can also reach out to your Synaptics point of contact for assistance. They may ask for you to provide a data map. For example, if the full name of lead is used in the historical file, a historical data map will allow FUDSChem to read it as the required valid value PB. Other errors may require updates to the file by the loading party, and should be discussed with the project team before the file is edited. Once any errors are resolved, click Certify. Please note that all data loaded into FUDSChem must be associated with a geographic location. Locations associated with historical chemistry data still need a location definition file record, along with an accompanying site location cross-reference file record. For information on how to enter location data, please refer to our Loading Locations to FUDSChem tutorial videos. For information on how to enter site data, please refer to our Location Site XREF tutorial video. These videos are linked in the description. Once submitted and approved, the locations must be linked to the historical chemistry data. This can be done via one of the following options. Option A. Create a digital version of your chain of custody, a ChemField file, prior to loading the chemistry data, so FUDSChem can link each sample to a location for you. For information on how to enter ChemField data, please refer to our Field Sample ChemField Entry tutorial video, which is linked in the description. Note that in order to create a ChemField file, the EQAP must also be fully implemented. For information on EQAP entry, please refer to our EQAP tutorials playlist. This playlist is linked in the description. Option B. Fill out the location field in the historical SED file. Be sure that the location entered in the SED file matches a location entered into FUDSChem exactly. Option C. Send your FUDSChem support point of contact at Synectics a spreadsheet which matches each sample to its parent location. Synectics can link locations in the database after the chemistry data is uploaded. Note that while options B and C do not require an EQAP to be created, many FUDSChem reports cannot run unless the EQAP contains the analytical methods reported in the SED file. Therefore, most project teams will find it useful to add historical information to the project's EQAP to take full advantage of all FUDSChem reporting capabilities. Additional detail on best practices for historical data loading is available in the FUDSChem Best Practices Loading Historical Data into FUDSChem pamphlet, which is located at fudschem.com under Resources before logging in. Don't forget to subscribe to the FUDSChem YouTube channel for more tutorial videos. All of the tutorials and playlists mentioned during this video are linked in the description below. Lastly, if you have questions or comments, feel free to contact us at fuds.support@synectics.net. Thank you.